Okay, next up we have going on daily walks. This one's obviously going to have benefits, cardiovascular health, more energy, and an improved mood. Now, I have said that more energy is a major benefit, but I personally, in my experience, have only seen moderate increases to my energy. Same with my mood. I experience minor increases in mood, but it's not enough to really make this habit a super powerful one. So for this reason, I'm going to throw going on daily walks into B tier. It is still good. Number 15, we have limiting screen time. Now, I just talked about how your attention span is probably cooked and your screen time is most likely one of the main causes. There's so much that you want to get done and want to do with your life, and I'm sure that most of it is not on a screen, which is a little bit ironic as I film a YouTube video, but ignore that. I'm not saying that all screen time is bad, but generally it's overshadowed by TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or some other form of social media, which, like I said, cooks your attention span, but also can just have negative effects on your mental health. For this reason, I'm going to say that limiting screen time is a solid habit. We're going to go with A tier. Next up, we have a nighttime routine. Now, this is going to be a hot take, but I think that a nighttime routine might be more important than a morning routine because it also helps you have more time in the day by reducing the amount of time you need to get ready for bed and prepare in the evenings. But also, you can really prepare for the next day the night before, and that helps a lot with having time in the morning. And there's the fact that a nighttime routine can give you better sleep quality by reducing screen time and having wind down time too. So for all these reasons, I'm going to put having a nighttime routine in A tier, although I was considering S tier as well. Next up, we have cooking at home. I admittedly eat out too much, and this is one of the things that I'm trying to work on is cooking at home. Cooking at home is great because it does save you a lot of money, and cooking at home is almost always going to be healthier than going out to eat. Even if you're making the same food, if you're getting a Big Mac from McDonald's, that's going to be much less healthy than a hamburger you're making on your own. One of the best tips when it comes to cooking at home is to meal prep one day a week. So maybe on Sunday, prepare 1 or 2 meals that you can have throughout the week. That way you're not using so much time cooking every single day. But cooking at home is solid. I'm going to go with A tier. Next up, we have to-do lists. I actually love to-do lists, and I have a specific method that I'm going to be making a video on. I'm not going to go too in depth. It can help you be more productive. It's satisfying to check those boxes, and it makes you want to do more productive things throughout the day. Still not quite as powerful as some of the other habits we have in here, so let's go B tier. Okay, number 19 is praying, and I struggled for a while actually on where I wanted to place this habit in the tier list. Now, there are a lot of benefits to praying. Some of them are similar to meditation, reduce stress, reduced anxiety, and better mental health overall. I think that it's also easy to work on gratitude during prayers, which has a whole host of benefits on mental health on its own. Similar to church, and I guess to meditation too. There's the attention span aspect, but unlike meditation, I put a lot of value into the spiritual benefit of praying. Praying is literally communication with God, and just like any other relationship, if you want to have a strong relationship with someone, you need to talk to them. I definitely know in my life that the times I felt the most spiritually unwell was during the times where I haven't been praying. And so to me, praying is one of the top priorities for the day. At minimum, every morning and every night. I think there's practical benefits, there's major spiritual benefits, but if you're not religious, then feel free to place it a tier or 2 lower. But if you're not religious, I understand why you would have it a little bit lower. Next up, we have staying informed. This typically comes in the form of watching the news, and I honestly think that watching the news might be a negative habit. You just hear so much about the stress and anxiety tied to the news, and even without stress and anxiety, it just makes your mood a lot worse oftentimes. So there's major negatives that come with it. But of course, it's still important to be informed on what's happening in the world. That's why I prefer short podcasts over the news. So what I've been doing recently is instead of watching the news, I've been getting informed via audio. Specifically, I've been listening to the Wall Street Journal's What's News podcast. They have a podcast every morning and evening, which goes over financial news, economic news, and major geopolitical events. The audio format's great because I listen to it on my way to work. Now, the value of this will depend on the person. I work in banking, so it's really important to be up to date in recent financial news, and I just listen on my way to work. So I think for me, it would be A tier, but this is a tier list for the general public, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Number 21 is watching productivity videos like this one. I'm going to nerf myself and say that this is going into C tier. There can be good advice, but if you don't apply it, it's not really going to be doing anything for you. And more often than not, this might actually be a negative because most people watching productivity videos are just wasting time and they probably should be going to bed instead. Next up, we have saying no. This one's pretty simple. A lot of people feel like they have to say yes if they get invited to an event or if they get asked to help with something, but it's important to save time for yourself. So saying no can be a major step for this. I'm going to put it in B tier. This is helpful. Number 23, we have trying something new every day. So this is one of the more general habits. It could be something like trying a new food or a new skill or maybe a new interest, maybe looking into something new in regards to learning. I think trying something new is a super important thing to be doing, and you'll find a lot of stuff that you never would have known about if you hadn't been consciously trying to go out of your comfort zone. It also can just make life more fun, so we're putting this in A tier. Number 24 is daily exercise. Now, this does include going to the gym and lifting weights, but I don't want that to be the only exercise you're doing. This thought came to me a little while ago because I'd been going to the gym on and off, but I hadn't been doing cardio, and I got invited to play in a football game, which I love doing, and it was honestly a miserable experience because about 2 minutes in, I was already out of breath and I was getting torched. It made me realize how a lot of people focus on going to the gym, probably because they want to look better, but in reality, your cardiovascular health is arguably more important. So make sure you're doing at least 1 to 2 high intensity activities in regards to cardio every week. I think the benefits of exercising, especially as I just described, are immense with improved mood, improved energy, and improved physical health, both in the short term and the long term. Because of this, we're going to be putting exercising into S tier. Next up, we have multitasking, doing 2 things at once. For example, in one of the most recent videos I posted, I was working on the video, editing it, watching Daredevil on TV, and of course, it took me about 3 times longer than if I had just focused on one thing. So multitasking is actually a bad thing to do. I'm going to put this in D tier. Next up, we have reading the Bible. This is going to be similar to the reading category we already mentioned. I just wanted to break it out because I do think there's spiritual benefit to reading the Bible as well. And it's also just one of the most important and referenced books in all of history. I don't think there's too much in the way of practical benefits outside of the ones I already mentioned for reading, but the spiritual benefits I think are significant. I'm going to put this in A tier. Okay, and lastly, we have hustling. What I mean by hustling is probably working 60 to 70 hour weeks all the time, constantly having different tasks you're working on, and trying to stay as busy as possible. This is a bad habit to have, honestly. We need to be prioritizing our mental health and sustainability. Hustling and hustle culture is the opposite. We're going to put this in D tier. And so that's the last one. If you guys disagreed with me anywhere in this video, go ahead and leave a comment saying where you would rank these. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. I think I'm at 16 followers at the time of this video, so we'll see. Maybe we can get to 17, maybe even 20. Hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for staying with me.